So you want to roll a ranger? Well, here's what you need to know. Rangers act as intermediaries between nature and civilization. They protect it from you as much as you from it. I'm told there's also some business involving picnic baskets. Hunting, tracking, and wilderness exploration are the name of the game for these iconic staples of the fantasy genre, including the best representation for the class, Liam Neeson's character in Taken. Yep, sounds like a ranger to me. In game terms, they're somewhere between a single-target DPS powerhouse and a skill monkey, with an emphasis on the sorts of skills you can pick up from Bear Grylls that don't involve drinking piss. These skills really shine when there's something specific you need to kill. As long as you know where it is or how to find it, Hunt Prey will boost your ability to get within murder range. But that's not how you'll be using Hunt Prey most of the time. See, a lot of your abilities can only target your prey, so unless your GM is really into Shadow of the Colossus, this is really just an action tax to turn your class on. It does come with one major benefit, however, in the form of your Hunter's Edge, which the Archives considers your subclass despite only giving you one passive ability that doesn't upgrade until it's too late in the game to matter. It might sound like I'm down on these features, but I consider them a limiter to balance what would otherwise be some pretty powerful abilities. Wanna pepper your prey with multiple hits a turn? How about free agility that stacks with weapon agility? And if that's not enough, here's a little extra agility on the house. Or maybe you'd prefer to get all your damage out of the way in one strike to free up the rest of your actions for other things. In that case, how about some extra damage on that first attack? You know what? Fuck it! Extra damage on all your attacks just to make that first guy feel stupid. But my personal favorite is the underappreciated Outwit Edge, which gives you bonuses to everything that would let you dick your prey around like a Looney Tunes character. Outwit synergizes really well with the Monster Hunter feats to make taking down a single target that much easier. Hit your prey harder, defend against its attacks better, or take a peek at one of its buddies to get a head start on your next potential prey. Later feats let you trigger these bonuses easier, and eventually double the bonuses you get. Great flavor for a class all about hunting, and a great way to make your GM question why they spent longer writing the boss's villain speech than your party did fighting it. These also pair nicely with a slew of feats that let you designate more creatures as prey, and share your Hunter's Edge with a buddy or two. Hold the phone. Does this not specify how many times you can use it in a round? Well, what's the point of the rest of them then? Just sit in the back with the bard shouting out buffs to the rest of your party like,
Twist that dick! Twist his dick!
Of course, if you'd actually like to participate in combat, that's not the only playstyle Rangers have to offer. If you haven't watched my fighter video, which is probably most of you, several martial classes get feats that let them specialize in certain weapon loadouts. Obviously, Rangers get ranged weapons as an option, it's literally in the name. You can double tap your prey, or hit everything in a 10-foot burst exactly once. Yep, you heard right. Be it 10 guys, 1 guy, or one really big guy, you're only getting 1 hit's worth of damage per target. Which is even funnier if you miss. Maybe sniping is more your thing. In which case, hit enemies from the other side of the map until you start hitting them from another campaign. You can also do trick shots, knock your prey off guard, or even get around enemy cover, even if that cover is another enemy. Several of these even work with crossbows, synergizing with the class's other crossbow support. Giving you other actions when you reload helps bring them on par with regular bows, which they desperately need. Depending on whether you're a maximizing DPR is fun kind of player or a lol math rocks go click type, the capstone will either be a godsend or the tabletop equivalent of those skip the grind microtransactions where your reward is playing the game less. Some of you might be thinking these would work better with firearms, but using guns on anything other than a gunslinger feels too much like cuckoldry, and I'm not anyone's bull anymore. For you Salvatore fans, there's the standard suite of dual-wielding feats. Hit twice and combine the damage, use your second weapon like a shield, get a free hit in if your opponent fucks up, a consolation prize if you fuck up, and the thing that Flurry Rangers think about when they touch themselves. But why spend feats on improving your own attacks when you could send a massive beast to do the attacking for you? In addition to the normal companion feats, Rangers can use their animal husbandry skills to make their companions just a little bit better. They gain your Hunter's Edge outright, but can also get an extra action for being commanded, let you flank regardless of position, or gain that way too late buff to your subclass slightly way too later. Having it fight alongside you on the front lines is one option, but you might be better off letting it body block for you while you sit in the back offering support with ranged attacks and buff spells. Oh, did I forget to mention Rangers get magic? They're one of the handful of martial classes with access to focus spells. They're pretty much all utility, several of which specifically focus on your companion, so they're more of a build enhancer than a build in and of themselves. In my humble opinion, the Ranger is one of the best designed classes in the game. It perfectly encapsulates that mix and match style of character customization that 2e was going for, while making sure all of it fits the character fantasy of the class. It has even more depth and complexity than what I've shown you here today, because I skipped all the tracking and terrain-based shit that I personally find boring. But maybe you don't. Maybe you're one of those roleplay weirdos who doesn't want combat to interrupt your cheese vendor simulator or whatever you RPers are into. If that's the case, it's just more for the pile of options you can take to perfectly tailor your Ranger to your character fantasy. As long as it's not Legolas. Aragorn was the Ranger, you fucking plebs.